And a girl was, she was like, I want you to pee on me. I want you to, when you come back, I want you to piss all over me. And I was like, and my father called in on the other line. And I clicked over and I was like, hey, Dad, real quick. The best advice my real father ever gave me. I go, this girl wants me to piss on her. Well, I don't. What, would you pee on a girl? He goes, I wouldn't muster up a piss. I wouldn't. I wouldn't drink a gallon of water and muster up a piss.
Yeah.
But if I had to piss, I gotta piss on her. So I was like, thanks. I click back over. I go, sure. If I have to pee, I'll fucking do it. But
What's going on, everybody? Sorry to say, YouTube whacked this video. Something in it, I don't even know what it was. We were just being silly. It made it so they censored it. It's only going to certain people. So we had to go to the uncensored platform, the new stuff, punchup.live/robertkelly. If you want to see this episode uncensored, the way it's supposed to be, go to punchup.live/robertkelly. The link is in the bio. Go there, enjoy the episode the way you were supposed to. You can watch it here too, listen to it here. I don't care, but YouTube, you know what you can do. You know what, dude? YouTube said, oh, God, what are we doing? Punchup.live/robertkelly. Go now. Yeah, baby, we're starting the podcast right now. We're back. You know what, dude, live. Welcome, everybody, to the show.
YKWD.
I started social media and podcasting. The fact. The YKWD podcast.
YKWD's back again.
Old school, back in the day, where it all started, before them all.
YKWD.
This podcast is so fun and crazy. It has no rules.
Shut up, you're ruining this.
Where's the bandana, man?
Sorry, it's a comedy podcast. This isn't NPR.
That's what this podcast does.
Is there any better show? This is the original. What's up, everybody? It's Robert Kelly, and this is a special on the road rock and roll punk edition of YKWD. We're live in Baltimore in the ghetto.
Suck my dick, Robert. This is a beautiful property. Brick, we got exposed brick. You guys can't see it because of the angle of the shot.
There's
but
exposed brick on this side, but somewhere in the 70s, gay guys moved into this neighborhood and went, cover it up. I want to have
no,
more.
this was not nice in the 70s.
It was
This was bad until 6 years ago.
buddy.
Well, 10 years ago.
Stavros Halkias, what's up, baby? Stavy baby, my baby boy.
I'm so nice to be back.
My baby boy.
Where it all started, where we met.
Well, yeah, dude, we met. This neighborhood is nice, by the way. I do
Thank
want to
you.
say that.
Thank
But
you.
you do have to drive through the wire.
That's Baltimore for
I heard
you,
somebody
dude.
go, Omar! And a bunch of kids ran. It is, Baltimore is no joke.
Yeah, it's nice. We're getting there.
It's weird how Baltimore, it gets. I was telling Danny, I think I just might be racist because I'm looking around. I'm like, this is bad. And then I'm looking around and I noticed it was like Kaiser Soze. I'm like, oh, that guy's just painting that house. That guy's just taking a break from construction. Oh, that lady's
They
helping those
just
kids.
all happen to be black.
It's all happy people. They're actually redoing the.
We're on the up and up, baby.
As soon as I see a gay flag though, and a Starbucks, I'm
You're
okay.
in.
I'm safe.
You're in. Yeah, we're definitely in gay Starbucks country right now.
Yeah, you are.
For sure. But, we got a little place here in Baltimore by the park,
Yeah.
by the water.
It
Kinda
seems
nice.
like it's very. I don't know if it's because of the day, but it reminds me of San Francisco. This neighborhood,
Interesting.
like it's kind of hilly.
Nah, barely. I guess you know what though. You're right. There are some hills. I never thought of it that way.
It's a little hilly,
Little hilly.
and I'm glad the old you would have fought me on this. You would have just fought me to fight me on it.
No.
Yeah, you have dad
This
issues.
is projection. If ever there's a guy who loves fighting for the sake of the fight, it's you, and you know that.
I've actually let go of it a little
That's
bit.
good.
A little bit. We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
But I was talking about it on the way up here. But we did meet here, and I have some. I have some sad news.
No, what happened?
I wanted to tell you face to face. I
What
wanted
is
to do
it?
the podcast with you, and I'm glad we're here. But I wanted to tell you something face to
What?
face.
What is it?
And I don't even know how to bring it up, but I didn't want to do it like on the phone.
Yeah, I prefer it face to face. This seems clearly that there's some gravity behind this.
Honey Pig closes at 11.
No, 11?
11.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry, buddy.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm sorry.
The pandemic. Dude, this is brutal.
I'm so sorry. I love you.
I love you, brother.
I love you so much.
You know what? This makes sense. I'd gone back a couple times. The quality had dipped.
But we found a new place.
Really?
Danny, what was the place we found?
Young cock?
Jong Yuck.
Young
Cock.
Young.
Young Cock.
Yeah. No, I was just gonna say that. That in the city.
Young.
You motherfuckers drove into the city for that. Nice.
Why do you say it like that?
Well, because you just talked about how scared you were of black people
listen,
painting their fences.
I took my Rolex off and I yelled at Danny. I was like, Danny, cover all the shit. And then Danny's such a fucking asshole. We're in the middle of the fucking Baltimore.
Yeah.
There's a dude walking down the street with like death tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
Some white dude screaming at people. There's black people fucking, yo, screaming, yo.
Yeah.
And
Danny
then,
goes up and asks the white guy for directions.
no, I go, Danny, just cover this, put the stuff on the bottom. Don't leave our bags in the front seat and all that stuff. So he opens the door, the light's on. He's rearranging like we're moving in.
Yeah.
Like he's my wife, making everything perfect. And I walk up, I look back, and there's just you can see the car light on, and this Jewish kid just taking bags and putting them under the seats.
Yep.
Like, guys, I'm putting it under here.
Yeah.
I go, let's go.
Right. We have galbi to eat. We have ribeye to eat.
Young
Cock's awesome. In the city.
Young Cock is awesome.
Yeah.
I love Young Cock.
All about
Do you? Do you love Young Cock?
I love Young Cock.
I mean, Young Cock's
Great place.
Dude, it's my new Young Cock is my new favorite.
Well,
what about you?
It feels like you've it's an old favorite you've rediscovered.
Dude, we went in there last night. I had low expectations.
So good, yeah.
As we're driving through, I'm like, there's one around the corner that looked like a disco.
Yep.
I was like, no, not that one. We turned the corner, Young Cock.
Well, that is a bar, that Korean place. It's an actual bar. Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
we didn't want to go in there.
Yeah.
But we went around the corner, parked right there, went in.
How late were they open?
Till 2 a.m., dude.
Yeah, we used to go right there. The one that's a bar. There was a bar in an abandoned Korean mall.
Yeah.
And they would serve like kimchi fries, and they would have some food, and the drinks were cheap as fuck. I mean, it was literally like you're just upstairs in a shitty old mall.
Yeah.
But the Young was right around the corner.
Oh, Young.
And it was not that and that neighborhood was not, again, this is 10 years ago at this point, not good.
So would
and
you
I used
go,
to live
it's not
on the
good.
other side of town. So where Young was, if you just went up that street, if you just went up from Young, it was like a 15-minute walk, but that was maybe 25. It was a tough 15.
It's a tough, because I saw couples walking.
Yeah.
From having Young.
Yeah.
And
a lot of groups will enjoy Young couples. Families sometimes will gather for some Young.
Families love her. I can't believe how much families love Young. But so you go to that bar for drinks and then go around the corner for Young.
There was a lot of there was a lot of bars in that neighborhood. That's the Station North Arts
Is that why
District.
Kevin Spacey lives here?
Yeah. Yeah.
He probably has an apartment right by Young.
Oh yeah. He's a founding partner of Young.
But yeah, we went
an
there.
angel investor.
Danny found that place.
I love it.
Went there last night because me and you, I tell you, the first time I met you, you was just sitting there. Mm-hmm. Little Stavy, that's Stavy baby.
Yeah.
That's little Stavy.
Yeah,
baby.
Absolutely.
Little Stavy baby. Mm-hmm. And you were sitting there.
Yes,
and
sir.
you're like, hey, and you knew the route to my heart.
I've said this before. You looked at me, and I was at the time the fattest I was, which is probably exactly how fat I am now. But I was younger and more spry, and I had a little buzz cut. I was wearing a cardigan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you looked at me, and you literally asked me where to eat because I was that fat.
And you knew.
And I had it ready to go. I was like, "This is," you know how they say like good luck if you're prepared.
Yeah,
that's what good luck is. You take an opportunity, and it's like I'd been preparing for a fat comedian to ask me where to eat my whole life. That was the question I was most prepared to answer. It was awesome.
You know what's so funny is that when you're fat, You don't know how fat you are. You see other fat dudes, and you're like, oh, this guy's fat. He knows.
Yeah.
But I didn't know I was fat, too.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Definitely.
And we went to Honey Pig.
Yeah.
God damn it.
They were licking their chops when they saw us walk in. We definitely, the years that we toured together, there was a lot of restaurateurs happy to see us walk through that door. A lot of waitresses on a slow shift see us. Remember that dim sum place? It was just us, and we spent maybe $300 there, $400
I mean, the
there.
word "we" is crazy, but the thing is, the word "we" is nuts.
Yeah.
But,
It was us.
it was no, well, I mean, paid.
Yeah, yeah. You're right. I meant to say I racked up plenty of the food as well. I didn't want to put $300 worth of dim sum on you as a fat metric. That's me trying to leave your old life behind, Bob. I know you're a changed man now.
Well, I am a changed man now, and it's funny to see, how I've seen so many comics come up and be successful, and it makes me happy. You're one of the ones that make me happy because and Louis Jay Gomez, sorry, but is another one too that makes me happy to see that you're not only successful right now, but you're enjoying your life.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Well, because a lot of guys just keep grinding and grinding and grinding.
What's the point? What's the fucking point? It's like if I wanted a job, I would have gotten a job out of college. I wanted to fucking do comedy and have a good time.
Yeah.
So I'm taking this year off touring, and it's not as off as I'd like. Shit always pops up, but I'm hanging out here in Baltimore, got a big ass TV, watching some movies, grilling a lot,
Chilling, but no,
Chilling.
But you're by yourself.
Yeah.
Out here. What's up, dude? Because astonishing, like you and Danny have a lot of the similarities that I would call it magic.
Okay, magic. What do you mean?
Because he gets chicks. Like you would get chicks.
I see. This is a disrespectful thing you're saying. You framed it as like some ethereal thing, but you're talking about there's no logic. I've applied every possibility trying to look at it logically, and it must be otherworldly the way you get pussy.
It must be sorcery.
Yeah, sorcery.
Greek sorcery or Jewish sorcery.
I have a little bottle of incantations.
Yeah, you have like a Greek eye
yeah.
that you pull out and you go, hey, do you want to hang out with me? No. And then you go, are you sure you don't want to hang out with me? And then
the fucking eye is glowing. It hurts to take it out of the cage. I can only do it for a second, just enough to trap them.
It's
every
like
time.
Pulp Fiction. Light just comes out.
Every time I open it, 4 days of my life are gone. I've made a bargain. I've made a bargain with a wizard.
You gained 5 pounds.
Yeah.
Every time you use it.
I feel it deeply.
Yeah, your foot goes boom, 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 and it gets fatter.
Yeah.
You got you and Danny.
Danny's getting pussy on the road.
Look at
huh?
Danny.
Yeah, he is horrible looking. You're right.
There's nothing.
No, you're not wrong about that.
Danny. Danny's arms look like legs.
Yeah.
Has the same amount.
Interesting proportions.
I made him shave his. He used to wear jeans with the knees cut out for some reason.
He's got ropes for fucking shoelaces.
Yeah,
That's a horrible
dude.
look too. Those fake Vans with shitty rope lenses. Fucking.
I might buy
Danny
Danny sneakers.
Laces. Yeah, those are truly atrocious.
Bobby once told me I should use the rope and hang myself.
He's right about that. They wouldn't hold you up is the good news. It would be more of a punitive thing. You get a little rope burn on your neck and then you'd survive, but that mark would remind you never to buy shoes from Marshalls.
I bought him from an Instagram ad.
Oh, that's even fucking worse.
But you're enjoying your life because it was a time with me where I was grinding and grinding and grinding. And I missed Dawn's mom's funeral.
Oh my God!
I was going to Iraq with Dane.
To kill some man. Yeah.
And I remember I called her. I said, "Listen, I was in LA. I'm on this huge tour."
You're like, listen, there's no way America is going to stay in the Middle East for much longer. I'm only going to have this opportunity to perform for our troops
75 more times.
Old ladies die every day, Well, 23-year-olds with no way to get out of Mississippi, they need comedy while they're in Iraq.
They did. They did need comedy. But it was, I remember calling her and being like, if you want me to come home, I'll come home right now. And she's such a, I got such the
Yeah, she's
perfect-
awesome.
She was like, no, I don't want you to come home. I want you to stay there. But I still feel regret that as a man, I should have said, I got to go.
Yeah.
Sorry about this. Love the troops.
Yeah.
Love, I love what I was about to do, but I should have went and been with her and found a way to do it.
Yeah.
And, part of when we were in New York and then we were going to decide to have a kid and move out of the city, and everybody was like, listen, man, you're never going to come in. You're never going to do anything. You're going to get comfortable. And once you get comfortable, that, there's two things that are fucking enemy of funny: cool and comfortable.
Absolutely.
And
cool is it's like the worst thing possible.
It's the worst.
Thinking you're the man that's a complete antithesis of comedy. It's like we're the fun losers. We're losers that have a fun little spin on it.
Yeah. We're the ones that didn't do what we were supposed to do.
Yeah.
We're the ones that nobody liked. We decided to get a career that everybody said, don't do that.
Yeah, it sucks.
Have a backup.
Yeah.
What are you going to do when it doesn't work out? Mm-hmm. There's no B plan.
Yeah.
I tell comics this all the time. What do? Don't have a B plan. Yeah. Don't have a way out. It's this
I know
or
what you mean.
Nothing.
It is irresponsible to say that, but that is probably true.
It's true. That's why, I can always tell who's funny by like these fucking eggheads. They'll do a show tonight after our this cocksucker, we were at the port and he's like, hey man, in between sets, can I go there's an open mic down the street. And he went and did an open mic.
That's awesome.
Down the street. And that is the way to do comedy. That's the only way to be successful in comedy. Not even guaranteed success.
No, almost certainly won't happen.
Right.
Which is the fucked up thing.
But then there's the cool guys.
Yeah.
When they do get success, they think they're...
Yeah, the self-sucking is a tough move where everyone's kind of like building their own mythology. And there's something about branding that there's probably smart to do. But again, it's not funny. It might be a good career move, but it's like, I don't know, man. It's cool, but it's like you can just feel that way about yourself. You just be happy with your accomplishments, but that doesn't have to make its way into what's funny. What's funny is how you still feel a loser. I think about like the great Richard Pryor specials where he is the biggest comic. And he's talking about, yeah, dude, I freebase cocaine. I lit myself on fire. He's talking about, you know what I mean? He's talking about dark shit.
He
you know
wanted
what I
to
mean?
kill his wife. And here's the thing too: is like I have a photo on my phone. I take when my photo comes up now. I took like one was me looking out the window, and I was just like, looks like I'm pontificating about life because there's people that do that.
Yeah.
That have these photos. And I'm like, who took that?
Yeah.
Like, who took you thinking?
Yeah. Someone surprised you?
Yeah. Like
Someone surprised you while you're thinking about the meaning of life?
You were looking out the window.
Oh, sorry. That didn't happen.
It's you.
Yeah.
And they put it up for real.
Yeah.
And that's when the fucking cool, or when you treat a limo guy like
treating service industry people like shit is the mark of a huge piece of shit. Waiter, waitress, front desk people, whatever. It's like that. In fact, those people sometimes can be your only link to fucking humanity. They're the only people going through shit where it's like they don't have to fucking kiss your ass automatically. Treat them like human beings because it's like, I don't know, it is really fucked up. You see people who start to get a little money and do that shit.
Yeah, when they get fame, they think they have to act famous.
Yeah. Whereas the best part is, like, it's cool. I remember. I mean, this is a fat move too, but I remember being a broke college student, just like tipping, going to a buffet and tipping so bad. A lady screamed when she saw, like, me and my buddy. We were like, "Dude, I thought you had cash for the tip," and I was like, "I don't have cash." We had like $1.75. We'd been at that buffet for 2.5 hours. Eldest, my fucking fat Albanian friend, my huge Albanian friend, and we had eaten so much worth of this buffet, and literally this like Chinese woman just saw $1.75 and just screeched. She was like, "Ah!" Literally, she yelled it. We were like running, like we fucking committed a crime. It feels cool to tip. Awesome. That feels all. And think about it. How much more that person needs $20 than you if you have money. Yeah. It's so fucking sick to just be like, just take a fucking.
I remember.
You were a big tipper. I'm
always a big tipper.
That always
I waited
imparted on me.
tables.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah,
I
my
waited
mom
tables.
was a waitress.
I used to wait tables. I remember one lady left me 86 cents.
Oh my
I
god.
ran out of lunch,
Yeah.
fucking weeded.
Yeah.
Every table, line out the door. I ran out and I went, excuse me. She was
Yeah.
like, yeah. I went, here, this is yours.
You forgot your change.
She goes, what? I go, no. She goes, that's for you. I go, no, that's for you.
Yeah.
You need it.
that must have felt good.
It felt fantastic.
Yeah.
It felt fantastic.
A moral victory in place of
I
the
almost threw it at her.
financial one you actually needed.
No, dude,
Was this at the Italian place you worked at with Goldman?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And how old were you at that point?
We were 20,
Wow.
21 maybe.
That's fucking crazy.
In our early
dude.
20s. Gulman actually, we were at Nick's, and Gulman had
Nick's Comedy Stop, right?
Nick's Comedy Stop, Boston, at one of its primes.
Yeah.
And he came up to me, and he's quitting his, I think, accounting job.
Oh, wow.
He had like a golden handcuffs job, and he goes, "I quit my job. I need a job." And I called. I worked at this Italian restaurant with the, and I called them up. I go, "Hey, I got another friend a job. I go, I have another friend that needs a job. He's a comedian. Send them down."
Yeah.
And we sent them down. I remember the first day, him working. He's
He's huge. He's
6'5",
6'6".
6'6".
Yeah. And 20, he was like, or if you guys were that young, he's just coming off playing fucking college football.
Just coming
so
out
he's
here.
like a fucking unit.
He's a unit, and I remember he had to bend down because he was so tall that he was shaking.
Wow.
So nervous taking an order.
That's
He
hilarious.
was just shaking.
Because he had never done anything like that. No, like
Never.
shitty service industry job.
Never in a million years. We had such a good time working there. I remember because people were. Look, I'm not gonna say that. That's why I feel bad for waiters and waitresses.
Yeah.
Because the people that come in are such douchebags sometimes.
Yeah.
And we had a blind lady used to come in all the time with her stupid dog. And we would always be like, "Okay, I'm not taking her. I'm not."
Was she a bad tipper too?
She was a bad tipper. Her dog would shit or piss in the restaurant.
Wow.
And it was a service dog, so you couldn't say "fuck you."
Yeah.
And this back before.
This is the original service dog. You really had to need him.
Yeah, before an actress
Yeah.
wanted to take Pookie on the plane. Fucking twat.
I know.
Service dog. Fuck
I
you.
know it's tough. I also find myself, it's like type of like misogyny or like maybe reverse where it's like if I see a cute dog on a plane, I'm like, I've gotten so used to or like whatever, they're just gonna be here, and I'm like, oh, look at that dog, and I look up and it's a guy, and I'm like, fucking pussy. Like, I just think like immediately I'm like, any man with a service dog is a gay bitch in my mind, which is unfair. Some guys might need it, but yeah.
For what?
I don't
when
know.
did a fucking dog help you with your
you're-
anxiety?
You're right.
Take a pill.
Take a pill like a fucking
Pussy.
adult.
Yeah.
Take a Xanax. Fucking develop a back problem. Develop a back problem. Get prescribed pain pills.
Yes.
Get addicted to them.
Yes.
Like a fucking a man.
Yeah, like a man. Get
Like Brett
addicted.
Favre.
Go to AA. Get your shit together.
Yeah.
Fucking go to therapy.
Yeah.
How about this? How about you meditate before you fucking get
Yeah.
a stupid dog on a
Take
plane?
a couple edibles.
And the dogs, you can't take the dog out. So the plane's taking off. The dog shit. Now the dog has
Dog
anxiety.
being scared is like, come on. You
Yeah.
gotta at least have a chill dog.
Yeah, you get you're giving the dog anxiety. It doesn't
Yeah.
want to be on a plane.
Yeah. Are there plane dogs? I can't imagine there's a breed of plane or a dog that's good at being in the air.
No. No dog likes being 37,000 feet in the air. The pressure on their fucking
Yeah.
brains.
Yeah.
They don't know how to chew gum to get their
Totally.
ears
You're
unlocked.
right. Do they have little doggy bones for their ears?
No. You're not supposed to take the dog out at all. So when you get nervous, what do? You sit there anyways. Service, the whole thing with the service dog thing is an LA famous actor that found a loophole.
Yeah.
That,
It's a big loophole.
Some assistant had to take this service dog test
Yeah.
for this loser.
Yeah.
And now they get to take their stupid dog with them everywhere. It
Yeah.
bothers me so much. And it's usually, not to be misogynistic again, it's usually a girl. It's usually some
I don't know.
hot
I
chick.
think it was at first, but I do think it has spread.
It spread to
I
men.
have seen more men with service dogs.
Look, if I see some fat weirdo that's just nervous, okay.
Stop looking at me.
Sorry, you're not fat.
I'm not fat. That's the one I'm not.
Well,
You
all right.
said weirdo and nervous,
You're not
and
nervous.
you did the one I'm objectively am. You're just gonna lie to my face. You could have said you're not a weirdo, you fucking prick.
What?
Or nervous. I feel like I'm pretty calm.
But you can't get skinny.
I could.
What if you got skinny? Don't you think you'd?
No,
No?
I'd be fine.
Thin?
Thin, I don't want to get that thin. That's crazy.
You just want to get.
I just want to like not die in my 50s. You know, I'd like to be in that range. I'd like if you looked at my if you charted me for it not to drop off quick at 58. You know what I mean?
Dude, I was right there, dude.
Yeah.
I was right there. I was pre-diabetic. I was the doctor.
That's one of the craziest.
High blood pressure.
Pre is crazy.
Pre was bad.
Never getting diabetic is insane. You put in we put in some real good years in those trenches. Hoarding diabetes. we were wagging our pussies at diabetes, just begging for it to fuck us.
We were waving across the room. Hey,
making eyes at diabetes.
I can't.
Come
not
on,
yet.
please.
I have a wife.
What happened to this blind lady in Boston though? Let's finish that story.
She So she would come in. We'd always fight over who got her.
Who didn't get her? Yeah.
And one day we saw her. There's a big long window, front window that went. I mean, just across the whole restaurant. And we saw her coming up with the dog, and we were like, no, I'm not fucking taking.
Yeah.
We started. All of a sudden, something happened where the dog saw something. And just started running.
Takes off.
And dragged her, listen to me, across the whole front window. Just fucking,
That's a good move. If you hate a blind person, just throw a meatball. Just get its dog's attention.
Dude, she came in with road rash all on her face.
Oh, my God.
And she was shaking.
That's hilarious.
We were trying not to laugh. Yeah. You know what I mean? And she came in, she's like, hi.
Hello.
Hi. Do you have a paper towel?
Oh my
God.
God.
I felt bad after. We had to take care of her.
Yeah.
And she came in, but it was the greatest moment of our lives.
A little retribution.
We just saw her dragged across the front window. Yeah.
I like to think of that era. That's 21-year-old.
21-year-old.
We're talking little
Dane,
goatee.
Billy, Patrice.
What's the look in those at 21 when you're just a little piece of ass? You got any facial hair, or we just go clean cut?
No, I had clean cut.
Clean cut?
Clean cut,
Longer
Kelly.
hair?
I had short on top, a little long on the back, curly.
Ooh, long on the back.
Yeah, I had the new
clean cut mullet.
New Kids on the Block type.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
New Kids, and I remember I used to do my hair every night.
Yeah, every
Before
night.
I had hairspray. I used Paul Mitchell.
Ooh,
Alpha Pui
salon,
cream.
sure.
Salon stuff. I used to go get my hair cut by Vinny. Vinny was the only guy who could do the fade up the side right. And I remember Dane had it feathered. Dane had feathered.
Interesting.
There's a photo of Dane. If I could find this coming out, he did a photo shoot at the beach.
Oh, wow.
With jeans on.
When?
And he's coming out of the
this
water.
era?
This era.
So he was doing Instagram stuff before Instagram even existed. He was so ahead of his time.
Always.
He was doing his own little photo shoots when you had to go to hire a guy, print him at a store.
Print him at a...
Incredible.
They had to go into like a black room, a dark room.
Yeah.
Print the photos. Yeah. There was one where he had his top button unbuttoned and the zipper down, coming down so you could kind of see his little bush fat coming out of the water. I mean, this photo was badass.
Yeah.
This was Baywatch.
Badass.
This is
it's
Baywatch.
The adjective you
Yeah.
I see the respect in your eyes. You really are like half gay Boston trash.
Yeah.
You're like,
Half.
the wife and son are doing a lot of heavy lifting on that half, by the way. If you were single, we'd bump that up to 75% for sure. I can't even imagine you in an alternate universe where Dawn divorces you before Max's birth, and you're just living in the city right now. You're in Norton's spare bedroom.
Spare bedroom. I'm gonna sleep on the end of the bed.
You've transitioned. You're his wife.
I'm gonna be a service dog. Him and Nikki will take me on the plane.
Oh man, there is a world where you get into like speed and get thin again. You know what I mean? That way, and it just go full sex addict instead of food addict.
Yeah.
And you just go.
Well, I was a sex addict for a minute.
I know, but I mean gay sex addict, the one you really wanted to do.
I know what you're talking about. We were, I've been through so many addictions.
You're telling me New Kids on the Block, Bobby, never had like a sugar daddy attempt to get at you?
No, because I was getting so much great tail at that time.
I got you.
Pretty much any chick I wanted.
Yeah.
At that time.
I believe you, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I fucked a witch.
That's awesome.
Salem.
True, where they make them. That's like Champagne has to be from the Champagne province of France. A witch has to be from Salem.
Yeah, it was like French butter.
Yeah.
It was so good. It was real butter. Yeah, back in the day, we used to hook up all the time.
Yeah.
We used to. And I remember when Dane actually started banging. Because he only banged like theater chicks, like goofy, dumpy chicks for a minute. And then he got, I think one of the times when he finally started saying, fuck it, well, comedy is such a factor in getting chicks.
Of course.
That's the magic spell.
For sure. Confidence. Even if, like, I remember when I started getting good at comedy, half the women I fucked, I would meet them at shows, but the other half, it was just because I believed in myself from the comedy. It just gives you, like, something. It fills in.
It's a superhero power.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, because you can walk in anywhere and be you.
Even if it's delusional, because at the time I wasn't even, you think you're good when I was like, even before we met, like I'm 23 and I'm just starting to get like, I'm just crushing at open mics is what in my mind I'm like, I'm good at comedy. It's of course, if I watched my act now, I'd be like disgusted. You know what I mean? But all it is inside. You know what I mean? You just need to feel that way yourself.
It's. I think it's being you 100%. Comedy allows you to just be you and accept you. So when you walk into any situation, you're not trying to be what you think that girl wants you to be. You're walking in going, what's up? What are you doing?
That's a good point.
Well, what's happening? And you don't give a shit. It's like a crowd. Yeah. Everywhere's a crowd, and it doesn't matter who it is. It's a chick in the front row. Yeah. You what's happening? What's going on? Yeah, and you'll bust their balls. You'll take the piss out of them. It doesn't matter. And that
take the piss. Would you do a little British thing?
No, I never did that.
That felt good.
I would do that. I do that now.
No. I mean that's they call that in Britain.
Oh, I thought you were talking about pissing on chicks.
I was like, where do you learn take the piss?
I like Guy Ritchie movies.
Oh,
What's the weirdest thing you've ever done sexually?
Nothing that crazy, to be honest with you. Not really. Nothing like no pissing like you. Somebody asked me to piss on her, and I was like, I was lukewarm about hooking up with you anyway. I've got a weak stream. You know what I mean? You know how often I piss. I'd have to really like save up, and then your dick hurts, and I'm not even horny because I want to get the piss out. You know what I mean? It would have to be like road trip. The only way I get like a real stream is if I'm like in the car for 6 hours, and so it's like when I'm gonna hold my piss to really, because you can't dribble on a woman if she asks you to piss on her. You can't be like. Hold on. Blip, 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 like a fucking air conditioner. Like she walked under an air conditioner. Like that's what it would be like. But yeah, I don't know. I'm a pretty simple. I'm trying to think if anybody asked me to do anything weird. A girl asked me to do a foot job, but I had just busted.
What's a foot job?
Jerk me off with her feet.
Yeah, I've had that.
Yeah, I'm not a big foot guy, but she had just given me head, and I'm like, if you'd asked me while I'm about to come, I would be like, whatever you want, just make the that come out of my penis. Yeah. But she asked me when I was, post nut clarity. You can't be asking after that.
Post nut clarity isn't a thing.
Oh, it is.
You should make all decisions after you load.
Without question.
Everything.
We're
gonna sell the house. How much for? Let me jerk off and think about this.
There should be jerk off, like there's like lactation booths. There should be like jerk off booths in like a lawyer's conference room when you're negotiating. You're like, all right, let's take our 7-minute by law jerk off break for post. We've agreed pre-nut. Now the final step. Let's also agree post-nut. Then you should get a chance.
Come back in and just sign. This is good. This is good. I had a girl one time. It was so weird. I never really talked to my real father, but at that time we were talking right when I moved to New York.
Interesting.
And we were actually in communication.
Wow.
And a girl she's like, I want you to pee on me. I want you to, when you come back, I want you to piss all over me. Mm-hmm. And I was like, and my father called in on the other line, and I clicked over and I was like, hey, Dad, real quick. The best advice my real father ever gave me. I go, this girl wants me to piss on her. Well, I don't. What, would you pee on a girl? He goes, I wouldn't muster up a piss. I wouldn't. I wouldn't drink a gallon of water and muster up a piss. Yeah. But if I had to piss, I got to piss on her. So I was like, thanks. I click back over. I go, sure. If I have to pee, I'll fucking do it. But what happened? The guy that this is what's out. Oh yeah.
What happened?
I don't know. He just ruined the podcast. He has autism. So what happens once in a while, he doesn't know that he shouldn't say things.
Yeah.
He just has to say them.
I get that.
Or his head's going to go fucking off his shoulders.
Hey, what's up? If you're enjoying this episode, go to punchup.live/Robert Kelly. The link's in the bio. It's on my website. And come see me do my stand-up live. September, I'm going to Phoenix, Arizona. Love going to Phoenix. And then I'm going to Cleveland, Ohio. I'm going to Las Vegas for Skankfest at the end of the month of September. October, Cohoes, New York, San Diego. I'm going to Minneapolis. Then I'm going back to Point Pleasant, New Jersey. October, I'm in New Jersey, which I love New Jersey. I love the crowds. Dunellen, New Jersey. And also Morris Plain, New Jersey at the Dojo in November. Wichita, Kansas in November. And then Arkansas in November. So go there, come see me live, and join my punchup.live/Robert Kelly page. I got a bunch of stuff up there. So back to the episode. Enjoy.
No, we were in the front row, and I was like, "What's the weirdest thing sexually you've done with your wife?" And he's like, "Nothing." And I was like, "Come on, you did something." He goes,
Yeah.
And I pissed in her mouth.
Oh, wow.
In front of a crowd.
Wow.
And she was like, "Yeah." And she just bowed her head.
Oh, she was
so-
like sad about it? It
She
wasn't
just-
a thing?
She wasn't sad about that. She was sad that he just said it
Yeah, I
in front of
see.
a packed house
Right, she
at
broke-
a casino.
Yeah.
It's not like you're going home after that.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
staying there. You're gonna be at the Wheel of Fortune slot machine.
Thanks to the lady who knows.
And they're gonna hear that's her. That's
yeah,
her.
that's piss mouth.
Yeah.
Oh, my
I
God.
don't know, peeing, all that stuff. I have no sexual hangups.
Yeah.
Like I've never. People tell me shit. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Do it. Because
But
you were doing passion.
Yeah, you're doing wild shit though. You've had your whole youth and much of your adulthood was spent doing wild shit.
Sex addiction is a
Fucking
bad.
lady you saw at a gas station. I remember you told me that story.
Yeah. Hooker. I used to go to hookers.
Yeah.
I used to love hookers. I used to like finding hookers.
And you had to find hookers back in the day.
Back in the day, there was no internet.
There's ads. You
There
just
was,
have to take
there was neighborhoods. There was a place in Lynn called The Loop.
The Loop.
And it was a bad neighborhood. And you drive there at night, and you drive. It was just a loop around this neighborhood, and you
very
just
nice.
drive around, and then you'd see a girl, and you'd be like, "What's up?" And she'd come over and jump in the car. $20.
$20.
$20
to suck you off or give you or fuck you.
whatever you wanted.
$20. How long would $20
And
go?
I was, mind you, I was great looking at that time.
right.
Like they were probably
That's
like,
a nice come up for them.
they were probably like, yeah,
Yeah,
$20.
that makes sense. Yeah.
That's when you're. If you could get regular girls and you're still going to hookers,
Yeah,
that was bad.
definitely.
That was that was me
Acting out. You had nothing else.
acting out.
Yeah, you had to stay sexy. You weren't ready to give in to the
no.
to treats and delights.
When I gave up the sex addiction, it's like when you give up an addiction, you usually go to another addiction.
Yeah.
That's the shitty part about having an addictive personality. You're looking for that dopamine.
Yeah, that's why so many
drop.
people become like fucking pastors. They just they replace it with fucking God, or like you become jacked. You know, we talk. You know, Ethan Suplee.
Love him.
But he clearly shifted his addiction to getting jacked, which is awesome.
Well, you want to replace the brick in the wall. You can't just leave an empty brick
Yeah,
in your foundation. You have to replace it with something.
yeah,
And you have to usually replace it with a positive brick.
yeah.
So your whole fucking world doesn't fall down.
yeah.
Ethan's great. He's a great example of that. He replaced food addiction with health and fitness.
Yeah,
Which is awesome.
totally.
But it does, I always get nervous now. Like I'm at the point now where I lost the weight, but I still have that 20 pounds to lose. And it's a hard one. Like last night, I shouldn't have went to fucking young I shouldn't have got young last night.
It beckoned. It called your name.
Young always
Young cock
beckons. It's always in the
in
back.
the night. In the night, pre 2 a.m. Young cock beckons.
But it's like I'm sitting there going, "Fuck! I could have just went back to the hotel, had a protein bar, went to the gym this morning." But
What even is there for you to replace? What could you get in there now? I mean, sort of like, honestly, you're such a good dad. That really has taken so much of your, like, I think you pour so much of your energy into that family stuff.
dude, being a good dad is fucking hard.
I know. That's
Because
what I'm saying.
my mother and my, all the people that have lives inside me.
Yeah.
Like yesterday, or 2 days ago, I threw away all my fat clothes. So I have less clothes now.
Yeah.
Which I'm fine with. I can just put a shirt on. But you still can't dry my t-shirts. I'm still at that stage of fat where my shirt has to fit the way it fit when you bought it.
Yeah. Believe me, I know. You don't think I'm fucking, you don't think there's some drip drying tank tops in that fucking closet up there right now?
You can't fuck with it.
I know exactly
I
what
put
you're
it
talking
on,
about.
this fits.
Yeah.
And Dawn will fucking dry my clothes. And I have this great bonfire shirt that somebody made for me. And I love the shirt. It fits perfectly. And I put it on and I was like, did you shrink it? And she's like, I don't know.
And Dawn had to lie to you so that you don't realize you're getting fatter again. She's like, yes, Bobby, it's my fault.
I told you I had the greatest joke of my act. One time I said, you shrunk my shirts. And she said, did I shrink the bed in the car too, fatso? It's one of my greatest real life jokes I got right from my fucking.
Damn, she got your ass. That's a devastating burn.
But I started, I got fucking angry.
Yeah.
Because the fat thing is such a shitty thing in my life.
It's looming, yeah.
It's always there.
always
It's
looming.
glooming. And I'm working out. I feel good. I put the shirt on and I'm like, there's something wrong.
Yeah.
Just a new one. It's like, it's like a baseball player. They get their bats custom made from Louisville. And, you can pick I remember a baseball player, there was a story, who's that famous Yankee player? Lou Garrett, right? Is that his name, right?
Lou Gehrig.
Lou Garrett.
Lou
Right,
Gehrig's
Garrett.
disease.
Right. That guy would go there, he could pick the bat up and be like, that's an ounce off. You need to shave an ounce off of that. It's an ounce heavy.
Yeah.
And they would take it off. And it was.
Yeah.
He just knew.
Yeah.
When I put a shirt on, I know this is an ounce off.
That's a little less impressive because your stomach is hanging out of your shirt. Lou Gehrig can do it by feel. Visually, you can tell. But I see what you're saying. Yeah, yeah.
I started yelling, and I'm like, you shrunk my. I started going off.
Yeah.
Like a baby.
Yeah.
And Max ran in. He goes, Dad, you're being too crazy about this.
That's awesome.
You're yelling at Mom over something that's stupid. And I immediately, and this is something my parents never did. I went, and I literally, I go, Max, you're right. I'm sorry. You're right. Thank you for being aware of that. Dawn, I love you. And I grab them both. I love you so much. I get carried away sometimes and I made a mistake. And I'm sorry, Dawn. I should never talk to you like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Max, I love you, and you were right. Thank you for sticking up for your mom and let me know when I was wrong. And in my brain, I'm like, you shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
You should let Max know.
Yeah, you should throw a snow globe at the TV and then threaten to kill yourself. That's what you should do instead. Then come back 4 days later crying with a new Nintendo.
Well, because there's something in you like, dude, men.
Yeah.
And I really believe men admit when they're wrong.
Yeah.
That's my big thing. Admit when you're wrong.
Totally, of course.
Listen, I tell Max that all the time. Dude, you're going to fuck up all the time.
The only constant in life is that you will fuck up and fail.
That's it. You will fuck up. You will lie. You will make mistakes.
Yep.
Just own it. Say that anybody, even the fucking guys who work with me, I say that to you guys all the time. Just say, yeah, I fucked up. Don't try to get out of it. I fucked up. I won't do it again. I got it.
Yeah.
That's it. I hate people that won't acknowledge their fuck up for some weird reason. Just say, yeah, I fucked up. And we're done. We're done. I'm it. What do we do now? And at least I know Max knows that. At least no. I mean, his wife, his mom doesn't fucking know it. That bitch won't admit it. She'll take it to the grave. That bitch.
It must be interesting though, because Max at the age where he's becoming a true, kids have their own identity and stuff, but he's knocking on the door of just being a guy.
He's right there.
He's right there, and it's like that's got to be. It's on some level. Do you just wait to see how it turns out because you're doing your best, but it's like I don't know. It's just that feels like the most nerve-wracking thing in the world to just put your kid out there and be like, all right, you just have to.
You got to let go.
Be in the world.
That's it. You got to let go. You're a shepherd.
Yeah.
You're not a god.
Yeah.
You gotta kind of try this, try that. You can't force him to be good.
Yeah.
You can't force him to be what you want him to be because he is his own human being. He is not me.
Yeah.
He is not Don.
Definitely.
Does he have things? Yes. Does he kind of emulate me in some? Yes. But
Oh, you found gay porn on his computer?
not yet. I do have to. The scariest thing in the world is when I come home and he's on my laptop.
I hope he wasn't searching for anything that begins with TR.
Yeah,
I hope he wasn't doing any trains research.
Hope Don wasn't trying to stay at a Sheraton hotel. Yeah, I can't. I had my old computer at the house the other day. Max was on it, and I ran over and I just brought up I typed in a couple letters just to make sure nothing's coming up. But, dude, yeah, he's good. Look at I caught him with porn on his phone, on his I mean, he's fine. He's sexual now. He likes chicks.
Yeah.
He likes girls. Doesn't like, and I don't give a fuck. We talked about that too. I was like, Don, what if he likes boys? And we were both like, who cares, man? None of that shit matters, which is great. And I've explained to him, like, we have gay friends. Norton and his wife been over for Thanksgiving and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
he knows about trans people. And, I actually explained, I go, you've had trans people at your birthday party. We have trans people. Like, I go, Uncle Jimmy, that his wife is trans. He goes, I know.
Yeah.
I was like, you knew? He's like, I know.
Yeah.
He doesn't care about any of that stuff, which I love.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I love.
I mean, it's also being younger and like just being brought up with that stuff.
Yeah, well, I was brought up in Boston. Dude.
Yeah.
I didn't know about trans until I jerked off.
Yeah. Until your dick got the hardest it's ever been in your life. One time when you were 15, you were like, there was something different about that lady I walked past.
Dude, when I came up, it wasn't trans. It was actually trans wasn't a thing until New York. I didn't really know about transgendered. It was hermaphrodite.
Right. Hermaphrodite really did have and there was always like it was like you were born that way, and there was always like some celebrity. Jamie Lee Curtis they would always say she was a hermaphrodite or whatever. But there was Sierra when I was growing up, that was our Jamie Lee Curtis. It's like, she was born with a dick.
Yeah, but here's the thing. It's like, it's never, I've never seen one.
Yeah.
I've never seen a woman, a hermaphrodite with a full penis.
Yeah, I don't know
and
that's
a vagina. I don't think that's a thing.
I think it's some very niche biological term that's so few people, and I don't think it even means what everyone says. You know what I mean?
No, because I've never seen a real true porn with a hermaphrodite because it's always a fake penis. Like, there's never been the unicorn.
I love that you're like, I'm doing the research. I'm trying.
I've looked into this.
I'm at the library looking through microfiche, trying to find the first hermaphrodite porno, but I can't do it.
You've never seen one.
No, I don't.
You've never seen a girl, a woman, great boobs, awesome cock, and awesome vagina.
No, I haven't.
I'll
admit that I have not.
It's not right?
Yeah.
I think at birth they're born with probably both, and they choose.
I have no idea. I don't even think it's real. I think it might be. There's like 5 people that this has happened to.
Well, I met one and fell in love with a girl. Yeah, that's not.
Remember that
thing.
dog?
Yeah, but that's not like. Okay, that's a vagina, right? But then there's a cock.
Like a little cock poking out.
Yeah,
or
but it's
something?
not like I'm talking about. Oh, get this out of here!
I think what would be interesting if there was a pussy under balls. That would be a good place to hide one.
But the pussy is the balls, right?
Interesting. Good
the
call.
Lips are the balls that become lips at some point, right?
I don't know.
Let's just.
I think
say
they're the
it's true.
ovaries. I think the balls are the ovaries.
No.
No.
The balls.
As if this is even how it works at all. We're like,
well, okay.
Everyone starts a girl, I believe, right?
Everybody starts a girl, and then at some point you become a boy.
And the ovaries come out of your pussy, and they become balls, and then the clit gets like nice and long,
and becomes a penis.
I think so.
Yeah, because The clit can still become a penis.
Let's get Neil deGrasse Tyson on this pod. Let's get a
no,
real scientist.
let's get the Howard guy. He probably knows.
Who's that?
The guy that was on Rogan.
Oh yeah.
What-
One of the.
What's his name?
I don't know.
What's the guy that was on Rogan? Howard, Terrence Howard.
Oh, Terrence Howard. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I would love Terrence Howard's take on how pussies become balls in utero.
I actually hooked up with a girl. There was a waitress at the Boston Comedy Club that, I mean, just smoking hot, new. Back in the day when you could have sex with waitresses.
Right.
Without fear.
Before the libs took that from us. Before Shanghai Joe Biden took that from you.
I would say Obama. But what a hypocrite.
Barack Hussein Obama took it from you.
Yeah, what a hypocrite he is. No, I think, she was smoking hot and we hooked up, and then Patrice informed me that she had big hands. And then I went back to the house with her. We didn't have sex or anything yet. And then I was all paranoid about it. And then we were in my apartment, and she went to the bathroom. I rifled through her purse and I took out her ID, and it said Danielle whatever. And I was like, oh, thank God. But then I was like, Danielle. Fuck. I swear to God.
This is a fucking idiot trying to solve the stupidest detective ever.
When she came out of the bathroom, I was like, listen, I got to ask you something. We were like close
that's
to close.
hilarious.
And I was like, are you a guy?
That's insane.
Because we didn't have sex yet, so I didn't know.
Yeah.
And she went, oh. And I was like, fuck. And she's like, I was born with both.
Get the fuck out of here.
I was born with both sexes, and when I was young, I was more female than male. I related to more, so they took off my penis, and
no,
yeah.
So you actually?
She said this is what she said. Now I don't know. She could have just been
fucking with you because she
could have
asked a very rude question.
She could have been transgender. It wasn't a rude question. It was.
Do you think
honest...
she actually was trans or just a mannish-looking woman?
I don't know.
Because that to me, trans.
She wasn't man. She was very pretty.
So there's no way she was trans because this is like 30 years ago, 20 years ago.
I mean, let's not get carried away.
This is what, 50 years ago? This is like during the Truman's president, right?
This is a new thing I'm running to now. Now that I've lost weight, the new thing to get me with, because comics always have to have something on you. You know what I mean? But now I'm 100 years old. Which is the new thing. I thought that when I got out of the fat, I'd be like, all right, good, I'm good.
Yeah,
I don't have to be attacked anymore.
Nothing. Dude, life is nothing but suffering, Robert. There's always something new.
I mean, dude, I'm old on the regs. That's the whole thing now. Is fucking
Well, those
old.
guys are old too. That's the thing. They're actually old, so now you have to. It's like going from heavyweight to super heavyweight.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's like you're in that division.
I'm Foreman when he was fighting, but he still had the grill out.
Yeah.
His success came from a grill, not from fighting.
But all I'm saying is this was 20 years ago.
17,
19.
Do teens.
Okay, all right, 19. And the technology was just not there for her to be that hot. If she was fully trans, I would guess. That's my guess.
She might have been a hermaphrodite. She might have been. I don't know.
Yeah, even that's very interesting.
But I was so fucked up sexually with that, and brought up Catholic, and my grandmother was still alive.
You were just talking about how you would fucking piss in anyone's throat or whatever.
Nah, I had
you
that.
Were picking up women in the loop.
I didn't have the balls enough to. I was like, look, I'm just uncomfortable. I don't know if I can. I'm too fucked up in my head about this to.
You're like, this is too fucked up. I'm gonna go pay a 50-year-old masseuse to eat my ass.
Yeah.
No gay shit.
That's how fucked up I was. Don't forget sticker pinky in my ass. I remember we had the talk. She was like, "Are you okay with this?" I was like, "I don't know. I don't know if I'm okay. I don't know if I'd be comfortable."
But that's fair. But you know what? I'm making fun of you, but that is fair. You just have to be comfortable.
I was like, I don't know if I could be totally comfortable because it wasn't a fuck thing. It was we liked each other a lot. That was gonna be my chick. Like I wanted to. We didn't do any. We kissed. You know, we didn't do shit.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't know if we could be. This is gonna be boyfriend and girlfriend shit. This is gonna be like us dating.
Yeah.
I don't want to just bang. I want to be with you. I just
Interesting.
like you.
Yeah.
And I can't. If that's there, and I don't know how to fucking overcome that.
Sure, that's fair though. That's at the end of the day, that's the other the flip side of like, yeah, we should accept everyone, but no one should do anything they're not comfortable with sexually.
Yeah.
It's like such a given
Yeah.
that's what makes it so weird to me, where all of a sudden people are like, well, if we accept trans people, now I have to what if they trick me? It's like, no one's trying to fuck you, dude. No one's trying to trick you that much.
The greatest porn ever.
It's like, yeah.
The tranny tricks.
But that's a great point. There's so much latent like fear of what they want that you victimize other people because on some level you're afraid. It's like, what if you do fuck one of them and you like it? That's what who cares?
Yes.
Who gives a fuck?
Who cares what you do with your holes? Yeah. In reality,
as long as you wash them, what do you do between washes? Not up to me. I don't give a
give a shit, man. Whatever you want to put in your holes is
I just
whatever.
don't want it to smell on the subway. That's it. Other than that, do whatever you want with your holes.
Yeah, who gives a shit? I don't give a fuck about any of that stuff. It's just you have to be comfortable with what you're doing. If you're not comfortable, I was more comfortable.
Yeah.
You know, like, thank God I waited because I wouldn't. The life I have now with my wife and my son, this is the life that I wanted. I wanted that life. I wanted this life right now that I have. So I wouldn't have been. I don't think I would have been happy not having a kid or blah 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 or living that life. I love a old school fucking backyard barbecuing, having dinner at the table.
For sure. Well, it's everything you didn't have growing up. There's something so.
I gotta, it's weird. I'm looking back on this. Look, we tend to look back on our childhood and be like, I had a fucked up child.
You did. Stop.
What?
Your childhood was so fucked up.
It was fucked up, but there's a certain point where you gotta let go of it.
Sure. No, absolutely.
And be like, yes, I had a fucked up childhood, but every friend of mine had the same life.
Not every friend of yours was in fucking juvie and sober by the time they were 16.
No, a lot of them are dead.
Yeah.
A lot of them are fucking dead. And a lot of them are still drug addicts.
Yeah.
A lot of them are still fucked up. All the friends I had are dead or still dealing in that
your
life.
Childhood friends.
My childhood friends, all those kids. I grew up like the whole, that's why the black ghetto and the fucked up life thing. Boston had white ghettos.
Yeah.
We were in white ghettos. Nobody had money. We were all fucked up. We all had parents that are drug addicts and fathers that weren't there. And, I grew up in that life. So it's hard for me to go, oh, you're white. You had it so easy. We didn't. None of us had it easy.
No, you definitely didn't have it easy. I do think there is right now, though, it's much easier once you get your shit together. And that's not easy, right? Like, that takes a lot of work to do. Yeah. But once you do it, you almost get to just graduate into white middle class in a way that is harder for somebody because it's just that's, I think, the difference. It wasn't easier for you to get to where you are. Like you said, most of your friends fucking fell off. But
Still
I think like,
up. Yo, dead,
you know what I mean? But it's like, there just is there's one more hoop to jump through is all I would say.
I think too, though, there is that family that did have it well their whole life.
For sure.
I didn't grow up in that, so it's hard for me to relate to people like I had it so tough. So did all of the people I knew had it tough.
Yeah.
But there is those people that did have the cul-de-sac, the father and mother, and the school system. My school was fucking crazy.
Yeah, dude. I believe that.
Yeah, right? I mean, your
I went to Baltimore City Public Schools. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, our schools were fucking nuts.
Yeah.
It was crazy. In high school, I went to Lawrence High. It was mostly Puerto Rican. The only thing the reason why I survived and get my ass kicked, because I had a Puerto Rican mustache at the time. I swear to God.
You could have passed for Puerto Rican as a youth.
I was in shop class one day and they were fucking with the only white kid in shop class.
Yeah.
And I instinctually, you fucking white piece of shit, I instinctually looked over and they're like, what? You got a problem with this? You're Puerto Rican. I was like, no, I'm Italian Irish.
Yeah.
I never talked.
Oh, interesting.
I never talked. I never said a word. And I was friends with all those guys.
Yeah.
And when they started turning on the fucking white kid in class. I was a white kid. I just looked Puerto Rican and I never spoke.
Yeah, you should be like, "Órale, papi, let's fuck him up."
even in when I was in juvie, man, they would fucking.
Oh yeah, that seems insane.
Yeah, juvie. That by the time Max is 11 right now, I was full into drinking.
Insane.
I was drinking.
But that's how are you gonna say you didn't have a fucked up childhood? Your fucking kid is playing with Roblox right now. You were fucking doing shots of fucking
you gotta look
rum.
back. 70s, it was you could buy cigarettes as a kid. There was no age limit on buying cigarettes.
I don't think that was true.
That was actually true.
Really?
I used to buy my mom cigarettes. I used to go to the store and buy cigars and cigarettes for my mom and my grandfather.
Wow.
You could, not that you could drink. The drinking age was 18, and you could go. You could wait for a buyer out front. We used to stand in front of the liquor store and be like, "Yo,
classic little hey, mister."
My uncles used to give me beers all the time.
You're right. Culturally, it was much
Culturally,
different.
it was like, yeah, kids could drink. Let them drunk.
And by the way, I agree with you. Like, I do think you have to let go of that shit at a certain point, but that doesn't mean it didn't happen. You know what I mean?
It happened, absolutely. But there's a certain point where you have to look back and go, my mom had it tough too.
Sure.
My mom grew up in an era of Catholicism. When she had my sister, you didn't get to go home. You had to go away.
Yeah.
You had to go to a home.
Oh, for sure. What your mom went through is crazy.
Yeah. And then, my father was in Vietnam, came back a drug addict. Their marriage fell apart while he was over there. She lived in a house with 13 people and her 2 kids. She married a guy who had money because she wanted to have a better life, didn't know that he was an abusive fucking asshole.
Yeah.
By the time that she did meet the guy, Larry, who's the best, my sister was gone. I was already gone.
Yeah.
She left us alone in the house when I was in fucking first grade.
That's crazy.
It's crazy now, but back then you left kids alone. I walked home from school in kindergarten.
Yeah, I mean,
I remember walking home from school in kindergarten. Kids went to school on their own back then.
yeah, but they didn't get left alone that much.
Dude, I was alone all the time with my sister.
No, I know you did. I'm just saying, like,
But kids did.
yeah,
You could leave.
It was much more lax.
It was you look at back then you treated kids at a very young age as adults. You go to the park. Dude, I remember being at the park. You just went to the park. Go to the park. And you went and you came home. And that's it. It's cliche. We came home when the lights went on. It's the fucking truth. We went to the park. There was no parents at the park.
Yeah.
As a kid, we were playing on metal.
That, by the way, that's the era. If you're into young, what a time!
You could fucking
that was
snatch them
that
up.
was the pedophile golden age.
Oh God, they didn't have milk cards back then. Back then, you didn't.
Cost too much to print that picture.
No, milk cartons was social media. That was the first social media. When this kid's missing.
Yeah. By the time you print it, you get a picture of him. It's the
He
fucking
was
70s. That kid's long gone.
That kid's in Arizona in a hole. That kid's stinking up a fucking trunk somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. All the time. So it was a different time.
But that's my point. Don't you think there is something to? And we even had the conversation where it's like, it's kind of empowering for you to be. You didn't have a dad. You get to be the dad, right?
I get to be the dad.
And that's the thing where that's what I see when I see your life is like you have achieved these things that statistically should not have happened. You're right. Most of your friends are, and so it's like it makes sense. That's the ultimate marker of success for you. I would say
the thing for me though is that I had to accept that I was probably going to fall by the waistline in this business.
By the wayside?
By the wayside or the waistline.
You're really worried about gaining the weight back, aren't you? Yeah. I was going to fall by the waistline.
Well, because happiness, when you get happy, to go back to that point, when you get happy, are you hustling? Are you out every night?
Yeah.
Are you there? Then, because the next kid, the next Stavros, the next motherfucker is waiting. I had to see a lot of guys go up and over me and achieve things like, wow, that's fucking amazing. That's, because I've been on the big tours. Like, you were on the last night. You were with the Burt tour.
The Burt tour last night, yeah.
Right? How was that?
It was cool. It was really fun.
It's crazy.
Soda
right?
was there. Yeah, it was a great crew.
Yeah, I did that.
Jay,
I did all that shit. Did that set with Opie and Anthony. I did all that stuff with Torgasm.
Yep.
The Opie. And I would sacrifice. I got to go. I remember telling Don, I got to go. I'm going to be gone. for months.
Yeah.
I got to go tonight. We're hanging out. What time are you going to be back? I don't know. And come home at 5 a.m. or not come home for weeks.
Yeah.
And I sacrificed it all to be part of the equation of fame and success in this business. And then when I moved up and decided to have a kid, and when I moved up and got a home and had a backyard, I leave now only to come home.
Yeah.
All my thing is I'm trying to get back to that house.
Yeah.
So I walk in that door and they're there, and that's my happiness. Happiness is not.
But yeah, that's what it should be. I really think what you're doing is more like, first of all, it's not like your career is fucking over.
No.
And it's like once you're, especially let's say when you're an empty nester, it's like you've had such a, like, you'll have the opportunity to have like to pour that shit back into it. But like life I mean, successful people. I mean, are they fucking happy? Are they like the people that are at the absolute very top? Is there people that would kill like the things like we can all covet of other people? They would kill for the shit you have. You know what I mean?
They will
like,
eventually.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Some already probably will.
Eventually,
you know what I mean?
Is the one thing I did see, because it all comes to an end.
I mean, I really have been. That's part of what this house is. It's being near my family. Like I'd lost touch with my family completely the last 3 years.
Yeah.
Because I was doing exactly what you're describing. It was like shit just started popping, and I was like, you don't get these opportunities in entertainment. When they happen, you have to fucking take them.
Yep.
And there's still things like I want to take the whole summer off. I've turned down some things. I'm only doing the stuff that I'm like, I got, like some crazy shit happens, you got to take it kind of thing.
Yeah.
But everything else, like I worry about that because I've seen people who do really well or worry about just making money. At a certain point, it's just a fucking number in a fucking account somewhere. Who cares? And it's like, I lost touch with my family. I lost touch with my friends. I haven't been able to have a relationship because I'm just not in any city for any extended period of time.
Yeah.
And that is something this year is a year that I took basically off to think about what do I even want?
Right.
Because it is really like, I feel like we both started doing comedy so young, and you never think about what I want when you start. You're like, how do I get it?
Yeah.
How do I get these things? And then if you start getting them and you're like, wait, I'm still not happy. In fact, I'm depressed in a way that I've never considered possible. You know what I mean? Like, and the thing that's supposed to make it feel better is actually making it worse now. Like now now the thing I loved is a fucking chain around my neck that's, that I feel like I have to keep going or I'm going to fucking sink.
Yep.
And so I am figuring out like, a family or some kind of connection. I don't even know if I'm the kind of person that wants to have kids or whatever, but like, I like being here for, my best friend lives in this neighborhood. I get to see her kid more. You know what I mean? Like my brothers, that's why I bought this place. My brothers live around here. My mom lives around here. Right. It's like, I'm trying to reconnect with everyone in my family. My dad, my grandma, the clock's fucking ticking on her. You know what I mean? Like, how many hangouts with her do I even legitimately have, So, but, I think.
I had somebody recently call me up, very popular, and was like, hey, do you want to come do this amazing gig? A place I've never played that I've always wanted to play.
Yeah.
Always wanted to play it. And they called me and they were like, hey, will you come and, be on the show tonight and tomorrow? And I just got off the road. I had a weekend off. And I was like, no.
Yeah, that's fucking good, dude.
I was like, I really haven't seen my kid and my wife in a minute. And I want to just be with them. And people couldn't understand. I told them, they were like, I don't understand it. But I understand where they're coming from because it's an opportunity.
Yeah.
But I realized that these opportunities, that's not my opportunity.
Yeah.
That's a chase. That's a thing. That's a hope.
Yeah.
But what I really have is real.
Yeah, absolutely.
This over here is a real thing that makes me feel fucking awesome.
Absolutely.
I hung out on Friday night with my kid. He fell asleep on the couch. We had our little popsicle thing that we do.
Yeah.
He's like, Dad, which one do you want? And I'm like, I don't know, you pick. Come on, we'll have a popsicle. He'll always bite. Like I leave my popsicle like this, and he always leans over and
I know
takes
you're
a bite.
not talking about molesting your son, but it does sound like that.
Well,
You do a little popsicle game. That's our little secret. He's a big biter. I got to get him off that habit, but he's such a good sport about it.
but like he fell asleep. He just ruined a real good thing I have every time. So he fell asleep on the couch, and then Dawn went to bed, and I went to the cigar lounge,
Yeah.
and my friends were there smoking, watching fucking stupid TV.
Yeah.
And then I'm smoking a bat with a bunch of fucking dudes talking shit, and then I come home late. He's still on the couch. He woke up, and we went to the diner at like 3 in the morning.
That's awesome.
And we sit at the booth.
Dude, that's so
and
cool.
he orders a fry and a shake. I get eggs, and we
Yeah.
sit there and we just talk, and he'll show me video. Then we came back, and we all slept in the bed together. Yes, I could have went and performed in front of fucking thousands of places I always wanted, but it wasn't mine.
Yeah.
It's not mine.
Yeah.
That's yours.
Yeah.
I've done yours a lot.
Yeah.
And I've chased that day, and it's like I did that. I felt fantastic the next day.
Yeah, and like look, and like we said, it's like it's not like something changes and you're ready to do that shit again, or you want to do that. The calculus, you know what I mean?
Well,
like
fame is. Patrice actually described fame. It's a roller coaster ride. You got to wait in line for a long time because you don't have that VIP pass.
Yeah.
You got to wait in that fucking line, and then you get on the ride, and then you go up, and it's a whole, and you do, and woo, and you come off. And what fame does is let you get back on the ride a little faster.
Yeah.
You still have to wait on the line, but
Definitely,
you don't
yeah.
know when you're going to get back on, but you're not waiting in that line anymore.
Yeah.
You're in the other line. You're
Yes,
in the
yes,
easy
yes,
pass
yes,
line.
yes,
And you
yes.
get back on, you don't know. Like I have shit now. I got 2-3 shows I'm working on. One of them's happening. The other one's, and if and I get worried about that because if one of these shows goes and it's a success, I'm going to have to be away and I'm going to have to go do this.
Yeah.
But right now I'm ready. I've made the decision. I can do this now. My son's at an age.
He is, yeah.
I'm at and he'll know what's going on right now. I've spent
For sure.
a lot of that, and he'll be okay with that, and I'll move forward with that, and it could happen again where it could happen bigger and better than I've ever had. Danny, can you sit down and stop? Yeah, I told you. If he stands up, his hands, he can't stop moving.
Yeah.
He can't fucking stop moving. You
Do we
piece
need
of
to put
shit.
on like Bluey or
Is there-
something for him?
No.
Do you need to give him an iPad?
You need a disco ball spinning. Is there something wrong? Okay, can you do it without fucking panicking everybody? But yeah, I think like what you're doing right now, for me to see you like succeed and have all this stuff and enjoying your life, it makes me happy because you were such a hustler.
Thank you, man. Yeah, I'm trying. I mean, it is hard.
Yeah.
It does feel you can't deprogram yourself from. It's really hard to tell yourself to not do certain things.
Yeah. Like last night, you're there.
I was there.
It's
yeah.
a party.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I mean, that's there's a perfect example. Great shows, great hangs, fun, and it does like it is exposure. Like I go on those tours and more people find out about me. Tons of Bert's fans. I just couldn't. I literally told them I was like, I love you guys, but I can't do this right now. It's too much fun. It's a party, and it's like, the pay is good, and I'm also off the road, which is like. That's most of my money, the road. And so it is a year where I'm like, money's not as important as other shit, but I can't do it. I literally need to chill out and fucking work out and exercise.
When you left the party last night, did you feel good that you were just coming home?
I felt good. Yeah. I felt good. Like I was at the party. I was like I'm having the time of my life.
Yeah.
On the show, I was having a great time. But when I was back here, I was like, thank God I'm not on a tour bus.
Yeah.
Thank God. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it is
you got a movie coming out.
Yeah, we got a movie. Yeah, you were in the movie. It's coming out sometime in the fall. A little indie. Let's Start a Cult.
Yeah.
I'm pumped about that.
You produced the whole thing. You
produced it, wrote it with my buddies.
and you put the money
starred
up
in
for it.
I didn't put the money up for it.
You had a company do it?
Yeah, we had a
Oh,
company.
thank God.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a success. I think it's going to make its money back. But yeah, I mean, I'm pumped for that because that was just like, and I just like making shit too. That's the other thing. It's
Dude,
like,
I love it.
That's the best part is like,
Yeah.
it's there. Like I definitely thought about my career for the last few years, but it's like, I love like doing. I have 15 minutes of new material that's not on the special.
Yeah.
And it feels so much better working that out. At like I went to DC, Sean Joyce's room. It's so good. He Hotbed. He used to run Big Hunt. He's got his own like brick and mortar place now.
We played Big Hunt, didn't we?
Yeah, we've
that
done
was
it.
great.
So he's got his own brick and mortar place in DC. It's great.
Awesome.
And I went to the DC Improv and did some spots. And it's like I went when I was in LA. Like, and I want to go back to New York and just chill and do spots and just be a comedian and just make stuff and have fun and like see my friends. That's the best. We're so lucky that to fucking be like, what's the most money I can make, and how popular I can get. Like, what's the point? What's the point of that? We did hit a lottery. We get to see our friends.
Yeah.
Like when you're doing clubs and it's like when you're in the city and it's like if it's a good hang, you're getting paid to work on the thing you like the most and see your friends. And for the last couple of years, all I did was not see any of my friends.
Yep.
Make as much money
Because
as I could.
when you're a headliner, you're out.
Yeah.
You're out of it.
Yeah.
The best time for me was when me, Norton, Patrice, we're all middlers.
Yeah. That's a great
We were
time.
at the Cellar 7 nights a week.
It's a great time.
Godfrey, me, Corielli, Norton, Keith, Voss. We headlined a little, but then when we all started headlining, we don't see each other anymore because we're all on the road doing our own thing. And now, like this summer, I take July and August off from comedy, and I try to get all my podcasts in. I'll still be doing the Bonfire on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, but on Mondays and Tuesdays, I'm going down. I'm doing sets at the Cellar.
Yeah.
I can't. I only write in short sets.
Yeah.
I write at clubs.
It feels nice to do that.
I can't. It's so hard for me to come up with material right now because I feel such an obligation to do an hour of holy shit material, and I feel like I can't write on stage because I feel like my style of comedy is bang, 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 bang. I have to get in the clubs.
Yeah.
And like I did a weekend at the Cellar like a month ago, and I was like, I got to get back to this. I got to get back into just whapping spots out.
Yeah.
Going up after the fucking killer Young Guns.
They're trying to get out of poverty with their jokes. Like that's something you want to follow.
You want to follow the fucking desperate.
Yeah, absolutely.
And go up and try the jokes and get back into the city. That's important for me because that's where I write. I remember when I was doing the city, I would have a couple new jokes, open with a fucking old one, put the new ones in the middle. By Saturday night, I had 2 new jokes.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just fun. That's the other thing. That's a fun way to go about your life. There's nothing better. I feel the same way where I think about what time in my life do I like the most? It was either right after getting established in New York where I'm doing a bunch of spots, or honestly, that last year in Baltimore where I'm going to DC every night. You start out with a shitty premise on a Sunday, and by next weekend, it's a good joke. It's a good joke. And I just love stand. Like as much as I've been thinking about what I want to do, and I am interested in acting more, but it's like stand up is just so it's fun. I love it. It's just a good time.
Acting is fun.
You're a great
Being
actor.
on a set.
Yeah. I don't like the lifestyle as much, but it is fun.
I liked it, dude. I like being on when I did yours was the last thing I did.
Yeah.
And going to the set, going to wardrobe, hanging out in between scenes, and then so when you get in, you sit down, you go through the thing, and then you get the little direct, and you find little spots.
Yeah.
I felt like on that thing though, it was so weird because Ethan was my son.
Yeah, I know.
Is that how does that? Did you saw the scene?
What happened is we hit. I was like, my dad, you got to play. It's got to be Bobby, of course.
Right.
It just like makes sense. And then I just, I'm friends with Ethan, but Ethan's an actual fucking huge character actor. So I was like, hey, dude, I wrote a script. Here's a couple small parts where we could get you in and out. And I offered him like 3 or 4 things. And he was like, I really like the
son.
Yeah. And I was like, all right, well, I guess you're like, what, 4 years older than Ethan? Like, you're like,
but does the scene work?
It works. It'll be fine.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's
for
fine?
Sure. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, do I look old enough?
But I do think we have a father-son energy that works. It's also crazy, and it's like he looks kind of insane too. Like he doesn't read. You read more like a dad, than he does, even though he's a fucking grandfather, which is hilarious. He had a kid who was like 18, and now you know what I mean. Like so, he's literally a grandfather playing my brother, playing your son, and you. So, but I think me and his relationship reads more antagonistic brothers.
Yeah.
Because like in a vacuum, he could play my brother, and in a vacuum, you could play my dad.
Yeah.
But together, it doesn't. Time-wise, it doesn't make any sense.
Right.
But I think it was very funny.
And the movie's done?
Movie's done. We're just going
How
through
is
like final sound passes and color and stuff. It's good. I'm happy with it. We wanted to get a tight comedy, 90 minutes.
Yeah,
nothing
how much
more.
did you cut me out of it?
You're kind of, you do one frame where you say hello. And you were right about the problem with it. But you were too young, so we just kind of fully recast that part.
Oh, great. That's great.
We had a different guy. We just shot him in close up.
I'll fucking kill you.
No. You're in there, brother.
All right, dude.
Yeah. No, I'm excited.
I'm excited too. Listen, man, I thank you for doing the
course.
YKWD. I'm sad you didn't come get young with us last night.
I wish, yeah. Honestly, if I had known,
Yeah?
I probably would have come.
You would have?
I would have, because I was at fucking.
He's gonna kill me.
I was in Colombia. I was driving. It was on the way to my house, and I got here at fucking 1:30. I could have left at any time. If you had texted me, I 100% would have come.
It's my fault. Yeah. Andre, I said there's no way he's on the tour right
What
now.
does it hurt to text? You should have threw me a text, bro.
I hope you choke on your shoelaces. I said text him. Just text
Why
him.
didn't you just text me? What does he got to go through this guy for? I don't fucking know this guy. You're my friend. There's a little blame. He's autistic, but you also should have just texted me.
I should have.
Yeah.
I know, but you were on the tour. I didn't want to drag you away.
What's so fucked up is because I've been very good about my eating,
Yeah.
but because I'm at that tour, so it's like once you're like, all right, today's a cheat day.
Yeah.
I got back here, I was like, I'm fucking hungry. Like I literally rated my. I would have killed to
it was
get that
so
text.
good.
I would have killed
You're
to get
a
that text.
fucking asshole,
I
and
literally
so am
came
I.
here and ate like canned sardines and fucking like.
Those are good, though.
They're good, but I'm trying to make little treats with what I have. I have a couple like unsweetened chocolate chips, and I'm like putting them in my mouth and putting like a little maple syrup to make an actual candy bar out of it. Putting them on a cracker.
You made a mouth candy bar?
I made a mouth candy bar, dude. Yeah.
All right, well, next time we'll
Next
get young
time,
together.
I'll take some. Yeah.
All right, buddy. Well, listen, check him out. You know who he is already. Stavy, baby. My little son. I'm so
That's
proud of
right.
you. And thanks for letting us come over to
Of course.
your house.
Thanks for coming.
And we'll see you guys. Yeah, we got questions from the Patreon.
Okay.
So we're going to cut to that now. If you're not a Patreon member, you're an asshole. But I get it. There's a million fucking Patreons out there. So the ones that are, thank you. If you want to be a member of the Patreon, and you'll get this first, the episodes first. We do an extra episode every week, and you get to ask the people on the show questions, and those are the people we ask the questions from. Go to patreon.com/robertkelly. It supports the show, and it pays these fucking beautiful human beings that come with me and tour with me all the time. Joe, what do you got?
Just the cheese show.
The Cheese Show on YouTube. He does an awesome little show with him and his wife. Have you ever
Cheese
seen
show's
it?
still going strong. I remember you plugging it last time.
Buddy,
I love that it's still going.
I'm waiting. I feel like
How much cheese is there, man?
I'm telling you, dude. I love the show. I don't know why somebody hasn't picked it up. And Danny, what do you got besides autism?
Follow me on Instagram at Danny Braff and New Year's Eve at the Dojo Comedy.
New Year's Eve at the dojo. The
Nice.
dojo guy called me up yesterday.
New
and he
Year's
goes,
Eve, it's
"Hey, dude,
fucking June. That's fucking 6 months from now. The next summer solstice, I'll be doing a fucking show. That's an awesome plug, man.
Juneteenth of next year. He has the dojo, and the guy's been trying to get me there. So he texted me yesterday, and he's like, "Dude, I really want to get you back in. I'm booking up there." I go, "Dude, New Year's."
Wow.
He goes, "Fuck, really?" I go, "Yeah, I want New Year's." And he goes, "All right."
Yeah.
I gave it to Danny. I go, "Take it back." he was gonna do it. He was gonna take it away. I wish I had
That's
old
awesome.
Bobby would have fucking
Yeah,
snapped.
yeah.
I hate working New Year's. I would have
Yeah,
worked
no,
New
New
Year's.
Year's is
just to have,
atrocious.
and I would have made him host. Of course, check out.
Yeah, the good news is he's working New Year's at the dojo, so that is punishment enough. You don't have to take
the
it from him.
dojo's great.
But I mean, it's New Year's and
the
fucking
dojo's
Jersey.
great.
It's not about the dojo. It's like,
Well, as Rich Voss would say, they got great shrimp scampi. It's so funny. You guys were at the big show last night. I was at Magooby's.
The
And
Goobs.
Voss was at the fucking port.
oh, really? Is it the port?
He was at the port.
That's hilarious. That's awesome.
But you got go to Stavy Baby.
Port's great.
Well, you at StavyBaby.com, right?
Stavy.biz.
Stop. Ooh.
It's my old joke website that I kept around.
And you got your podcast.
Stavy's World. Listen to that. We get,
Which is huge.
it's doing well.
Huge.
Yep. And then, no real road dates so far, but
The
I'm
movie's
popping
coming out. Look out for the movie.
Movie's coming out this fall. Yep.
And the name of the movie is.
Let's Start a Cult.
And I read the script. It's fucking hilarious.
Thanks, dude.
It's great. And I hope you, when it pops off, you get me in something real.
Yeah.
Like a sitcom.
I would love that.
Goddamn Shane.
I would
fucking
love to get-
cocksucker. I could have been in tires, you fucking close-eyed cocksucker.
We'll get you in whatever I do for sure. Come on.
God damn it. I need another coattail.
Yeah.
All my coattails are fucking.
Hey, come on. There's plenty of room, Bobby. Get in here.
Goddamn plenty of
Yeah,
room.
you're
on
like, you know what? Let's stop with all this relaxing and enjoying your life stuff, actually.
Yeah.
Let's double down on working.
No, well, I'll work for a month.
Yeah.
We just moved. We're selling a house.
Ooh.
Yeah, selling a house.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
When?
Well, we're closing the 15th. We're moving to Katona.
Wow.
Nice neighborhood. Great
Fuck. Are you
schools.
telling me I've had my last steak tip on that lawn?
On that lawn. But
Fuck,
the new one.
dude. I can't wait to see the new one.
New one's better.
Can't wait to see
You're
the
going to
new
love
one.
the town.
Yeah.
Love the new house.
Yeah.
And we're closing on the house.
That's
hopefully
awesome.
soon,
Congrats,
and we'll be
dude.
gone. All right. Well, check it out. You guys are the best fans in the world. We're going to Patreon right now to ask Stavy some questions. So head over there if you're a member. If you're not, you're on YouTube or you're listening to this on Apple or Spotify or whatever. Make sure you hit the like, thumbs up, rate it, subscribe, do all that stuff that helps the podcast grow. We'll see you guys next time on You Know What, Dude?